Welcome back to the ABC Murders. So it did indeed checkpoint me at the last time I did something of significance. Hence why I'm back in this room. I did try to apply some anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering forced through NVIDIA settings. It didn't seem to make a huge difference, but it was worth a try. Collect ego points by acting the same way Poirot would. Well...
4 pence a letters, a lovely large letters, 4 pence only.
Let us speak to Miss Nancy here.
Strawberries, 6 pence a pound.
Let's examine her first.
This woman appears to be a smoker.
Yes, so she would visit the shop next door on a regular business. There's the ashtray. Matches.
She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop. A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead.
Ah, poor girl. Let us speak to Nancy Bodley. The strawberries are not fresh.
Your strawberries appears to be rather soft.
Soft? The cheek of it. What are you trying to say?
Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
You're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
I do not quite understand. You work next door to each other, but you do not see each other?
It's true. I didn't see her all day.
Well, it's more likely both of these things could have happened. She's a smoker, so it's likely she would have gone to get cigarettes. But there's that bag of strawberries. So Alice might have come over here to get strawberries from her. Either way, the other could have dropped off. Either Alice could have dropped off cigarettes to her when she came in to get strawberries, or she could have dropped off the strawberries when she went to get a pack of cigarettes.
I know that you went to the tobacco shop yesterday.
Well?
It is your duty to tell me if you saw something unusual.
Who do you think you are telling me what to do? Get away from my stall!
Contemptuous. Yes, she's very standoffish. If she had nothing to hide, why would she be so standoffish? Why wouldn't she cooperate? I know Poirot is in the egotistical, he could rub people the wrong way, but still. Can I speak to her again? Let's look around first. Can't speak to him.
Strawberries, 6 pence a pound!
Hey, Poirot. Is the greengrocer causing trouble? I'll sort her out.
No, please, leave her, Chief Inspector. I'll get her to talk later.
I found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop.
Thank you, mon ami. I'll question her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Was Mrs. Archer killed on site? I think she was. No other marks on the floor. Mrs. Archer was seen alive at 5:30 p.m. The body was found around 11 p.m. Pool of blood near her head. If she was killed elsewhere and brought in, there would have been a trail of blood leading in. The only blood was where she was laying. No other marks on the floor. There would have been probably drag marks. I suppose if someone was strong enough, they could have carried her in.
Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt.
Yes, what
Just
was
had
Mrs.
the body
Asher?
removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable.
Yes, what was she doing here so late at night? The store would have been closed by now.
Is her grief sincere? She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile. You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
Your aunt did not have any children, is that correct?
No, she was separated from her husband.
What do you think about Franz Asher, your aunt's husband?
He never left her alone. Poor aunt. She used to drop by all the time and make a scene.
Was your aunt afraid of her husband?
He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
That matches the medicine.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle. Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jab says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
Makes sense. I didn't see this before. Mirror. Poirot. You have to make sure he was looking as dapper as always. You look great, Poirot. I got ego points for that too. That's wonderful. Oh, nice little touches like that. Ooh, is that her estranged husband?
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
He's too much of a drunk to have done such a clean murder. Cabinet maker doesn't work at the moment. Notorious alcoholic with violent and aggressive temperament. There's fruit, vegetable shop, smokes. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop. This tobacco shop married to France. She was killed in the tobacco shop by a blow to the back of the head. Alice's niece. Aunt was her only family. France was violent. She was not afraid of him. She gave him money. Okay. Let's take a look at him first. To look at this. What do we have here? A ledger?
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about her possible debtors and creditors. Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
Silky legs.
A box of new stockings.
Alright, so I gotta sober him up.
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Is there any water? Can I throw a glass of water in his face? Oh, go back there. Maybe there's a cup. And I can fill something up from the faucet. Like this cup right here. No, I didn't mean to look at this. I wanted to look at this table. Apparently not. Okay. I can use one of the glasses.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
No, I can only look at it. I can't. Can't pick a cup up. Pick this cup up. Doesn't look like it.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
It won't let me interact with the faucet, so obviously that's not the way to do it. I don't think giving him the medicine would do it.
Medicine. Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman.
Can't take it. Okay, I gotta wake him up, huh? What can I use? I don't have anything in my inventory.
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Can I give him a strawberry? What's up?
Red liquid is oozing out. Is it blood?
Yeah, it's not blood, it's strawberries.
No, it's just some...
Maybe I can find something outside. Oh, that vinegar.
Strawberries, 6p a pound.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar.
The
smell could awaken the dead.
Can I take it?
A bottle of poor...
Change this.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar.
Maybe I can ask her if I can have the vinegar.
Your fruit is rotten.
What? A foreigner dares to say that?
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine.
Makes sense.
She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
She changed their tune real quick.
Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was always a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
So it's already there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
Why you gotta be slandering the Germans like that? Oh, I can take that bottle now, can I? Good.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
At what time was the murder committed? Because of the counter, the body's not visible from the tobacco shop's door. Right. No railway guide for sale in the tobacco shop. Yes. Fruit seller did not see anybody in there at 6. She had just one wound on the back of her head. Signed ABC. Mrs. Asher was seen alive at 5:30. The body's found around 11. So between 6 and 11. So put that in. No. Well, I suppose she could have already been dead and she didn't see her behind the counter, but she probably would have seen the body there if she was at the counter. I'm surprised that didn't work. Between 5:30 and 11. Can we reduce this time range and why? Yes, because she's there at 6. Alice was killed between 5:30 and 6. Ah. So the killer left a railway guide. I still think if Nancy was standing right here to put this bag of strawberries there, she would have seen the body lying there. But okay, we'll roll with it. I mean, she wouldn't have seen it from out there. I suppose she would have walked in, said, "Hey, Alice, Alice!" Nobody there. And then without peeking over the counter, just put it down. Plus it was 6 p.m. Might have already been dark, depending on what time of year this is. It's possible. Okay. Let's sober this man up.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbors, and...
No one's seen anything? Or rather, it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
No.
Bien. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Let's look at him first. He's got a black eye, I can tell that right off the bat.
This man is in rather a bad state.
Bloody lip. Dirty, split jacket.
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
You don't really need to be Poirot to see that, but hey. Let's butter the man up. Let's offer him a cigarette.
Care for a cigarette, monsieur?
What's that? Scented cigarettes? No, thanks.
Bien. I was trying to be friendly, but you are quite right.
Jeez.
Let us get down to business. You threatened to kill your wife, and now she is dead.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
So, if things were going so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
Ah, women are flighty creatures. Did she run away with another man?
Flighty? You talk funny. One thing for sure, if my wife was seeing another man, I'd have given her a good beating.
Interesting. And what were you doing yesterday at the end of the afternoon?
Can't recall.
You had been drinking again.
The occasional slap, sir, that's all.
And you cannot even remember how you ripped the coat?
I got it stuck in a door.
Asha, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right. Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Well, he's right. If the murder was committed between 5:30 and 6, and if this Roderick can corroborate, then that does clear him of the murder. What was Mrs. Asher doing when she was killed? Was she looking for something? Those cigarettes were a mess. Just one wound at the back of the head, so she's probably facing that cigarette shelf. Cigarette. She was grabbing a pack of cigarettes. I don't know if she smoked, if she was getting it for herself, or if she was getting them for somebody else. But she was grabbing a pack of cigarettes. She was taking a pack of cigarettes from the shelf, yes.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as he turned around to serve him. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Makes sense. How do we explain the presence of an ABC guide on the counter? That's right here. It's the murderer. He's specifically leaving clues for me. He's toying with me. He or she. The murderer is toying with me. No fingerprints on the guide, so the killer made sure to be very careful with this. It was left by the murderer as a signature, yes.
The murderer deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he's not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Reconstruct the crime's course of events by selecting the actions that the killer may have executed.
The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
He then places the ABC on the counter before leaving.
The ABC was not found like that. We are not far from the solution, Hastings. Would you mind if we thought about it a little more?
Do I need to, like...
The killer enters the shop.
Oh, he flipped it over. He turned the book over. Right. I thought when it said turn, it meant that he would turn around, not turn the book over. Okay.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving.
That way...
Everything appears to match the
makes
crime
sense.
scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Asher has a strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover police.
See you soon, then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home. There's nothing for us here.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot, and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do, then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see.
Oh, Poirot. Oh, oh, you. All right, we'll leave off here, and we'll find out what the postman has for us next time.